What's up, my channel? It's your friend in the neighborhood, Sassy Blonde Writer, coming at you with another writing video. So I'm doing a quick little wrap up, which is why I'm in front of my gallery wall and not my bookshelf, because, well, I wanted to talk about the end of my book coaching experience and basically my next steps. Now, do I do this because I think anyone particularly cares? I mean, maybe. Some of you have made very lovely comments, but I'm really putting this so that way I hold myself accountable, because I mean, that's, you know, one of the ways you get your goals accomplished is you have somebody hold yourself accountable, right? So, of course, right. So, my experience with the book coach was amazing. We clicked really, really well. I always felt guided. I never felt like I was pushed in a direction, like she was micromanaging me into writing my book how she would write it. I never had that experience. I thought absolutely fantastic working with her. So one of the things we talked about at my wrap-up little meeting, my last meeting with her, which was a couple of weeks ago, was what my next steps were. So I thought I'd share them all with you guys. I'm gonna make a nice little vlog, thingamabob, whatever we want to call this. My first step of business is to reorganize my Scrivener file. I'll probably end up putting it within the document that I already have set up for this project, and I'll just kind of use the outline that I created and following the present day timeline that's probably have to write on their own, and then I'm going to take the flashbacks and put them in, and I'll probably color code it as well. And then I think after I'm done with the Scrivener file, I want to export that to a Word document just so that way I can kind of see better how everything flows together, because I mean, that's one of the, I love Scrivener for planning and editing. Not the biggest fan of writing with it, and I gotta say, but I mean, to each their own, right? So I'm probably gonna color code the stuff that I already wrote, because that will at least remind me, at the very least, that I need to go back and fix it. But what was really great about this experience working with the book coach was I got to try new things, and one of the things that I did was I practiced writing a scene for 30 minutes, and then after those 30 minutes I was done. Move on with my life. And I thought that was really helpful, because one of the things I tend to do is I get very chapter oriented. A lot of times what happens is I will burn myself out on projects because I'll be like, I have to finish this chapter or else it's not good, blah, 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 blah. So I think with this approach, I'm just going to use the different scenes, and I'm just going to go based off of that. I'm going to write for 30 minutes and work on the scene, and if the scene is done, the scene is done, and if the scene is not done, well, then I'll come back to it next time. And I think the 30 minutes thing is also, it was really helpful because it didn't make me feel burnt out, and that was really helpful because I was able to get the first scene and the last scene done. I'm normally pretty good at writing opening scenes. I mean, the first opening scene you write usually stinks, but I'm terrible at writing the ending scene, because when you're a pantser, you tend to just write chronologically. So by the time I would get to the ending, I'd just be like, I need to finish this freaking book already. So then I would just be like, all right, we're done, the end, and then everybody lived happily ever after. And I'd use tell, not show, which is not good, because you need that emotional resonance. That doesn't really happen if you tell instead of show. Because I was able to get the first scene, and the last scene done with my book coach, I feel really confident going forward, because all I have to do now is the middle, which I mean isn't an easy task, but it feels easier because I have the nice little bookends and I know where my story is going. I know that it's going to resonate with audiences, because I've had feedback from somebody who's like, you know, actually a published author and not just me and my friends reading my work. Because as much as I love my friends, having somebody give you feedback who isn't friends or family and doesn't have to tell you that they like it because they have to deal with you in the future was super duper helpful. So 10 out of 10 would recommend to a friend. I had an absolutely wonderful experience. I feel like my book coach, Sharon Skinner, who I'm going to link to down below, she's written in a lot of different genres, and I feel like she just understood the type of writer that I am. Sorry, the rainbows keep flashing. The computer I'm standing in front of has like the little ribbon screensaver, so every once in a while I turn pink. Anyway, so my experience with Sharon was really just amazing. Could not ask for a better experience. It was just great. I never felt like the deadlines were unreasonable or that I was being burnt out I mean, I'm burnt out, but not from that, just from work and life, but I digress. So yep, so those are my plans. So my plan is to 1, reorganize the Scrivener, 2, export said Scrivener file for this project, and then 3, I am going to obviously get to writing. And I'm going to use the 30 minutes on, 30 minutes, write the scene, then end it. I might try to do that just once a week to start, kind of like a workout, I guess, where you want to start like once a week and then casually move to 2 weeks and 3 weeks and so on and so on. So that way it becomes more of a sustainable habit as opposed to just pushing myself to get through it. I would like to continue to post vlogs like this just because I really feel like it holds me accountable. So how has your writing journey been going? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new videos on Wednesdays. And of course, stay sassy and keep writing.